Good afternoon and welcome to Fullscope Saturday Live, your home for all the goals, drama and talking points from across the afternoon's football. Today we'll be bringing you live commentary from the Pirelli Stadium where Blackburn Rovers faced Burton Albion in the first round of the League Cup. Alongside the main match, we'll keep you fully to date with the scores from around the grounds, bringing you the goals, key moments and results as they happen throughout the afternoon. So settle in and get ready for another packed Saturday of football. This is Fullscope Saturday Live, and now it's time to hand you over to your main host, Marcus Evans.
The season starts here with League One, Game 1, of the League Cup. And, a little bit earlier than usual, but I don't mind because where else in the world, what other competition in the world could we sit here and look forward to talking about Bradford City versus Rochdale? I don't know if I can handle the excitement. We've got Bromley versus Reading, Cardiff versus Swindon, Crewe versus Accrington Stanley. These are some top tier games. I hope you've got your flexible underwear on. I don't know what that means at all. I'm Marcus. Some of you might know me by other names, but welcome to Fullscope Football. I do not run this channel on my own. There's two of us in the background producing, doing all the tech, making all this stuff look good. Is the main man of the channel, Ledge. He's somewhere around. He's just going to interrupt whenever he feels like it.
Like now.
Like that. I'm not going to call. He'll just come in whenever he wants. And while you are in, Ledge, is there anything you want to say?
Only that we hope we have a lot of interesting, exciting games for you today. Bear in mind, this is our first full live Saturday live show. We are going to be doing more in the future. Hopefully, every Saturday throughout the league seasons, you'll see this handsome chap on your screens on our channel, 3 o'clock. Make it a date and come and give him some support and love.
Thank you very much. Now, the big game of the day. Everyone is thinking is Cardiff City versus Swindon. And why is that the big game of the day? Well, remarkably, in League One, I keep saying League One instead of Round One. God's sake, let's start this again. In Round One of the League Cup last season, Cardiff City also played Swindon. It's a repeat fixture. Cardiff, of course, winning 2-1. So Swindon will be all up for some revenge. It's an interesting thing, the first round of the League Cup, especially this time with it being before the start of the actual season, because you're going to have teams like Burton Albion looking to scalp Blackburn. We're going to be looking at that game today. You're going to be looking, who've West Ham got? I've forgotten that. Yeah, teams like Portsmouth wanting to scalp West Ham, Burnley as well. Where are they at? Is it Norwich or is it Northampton? Let's have a look where Burnley are. Yeah, Notts County, sorry. You're going to have lots of teams that are up for it against supposedly bigger opposition. But how are these recently relegated sides, these favourites for promotion, how are they going to play it? Are they going to be thinking, let's just not pick up any injuries at the beginning of the season? It's the League Cup. It's not our priority. Or are they going to be thinking, look, we've not had a competitive game yet. We need to go out there and really put into practice what we've been learning pre-season and hit the ground running. It'll be interesting. Normally, we expect a few shocks, and I'm expecting some today. Unfortunately, one of the biggest or most likely shocks for me is going to be Burton versus Blackburn. Obviously, League One Burton at home to Blackburn Rovers, who are widely backed to be as one of the favourites to go down from the Championship this season. And I fear for what might happen for them today. So I'm going to be talking about that game. Ledge is going to have his eye on a whole load of other games. We'll be dipping in and out of various scores and, of course, taking a look at your comments. Now, I do believe that, Ledge, you are keeping an eye on comments. Is that true?
I am, and we have got one. I'll just whack it on the screen. It's from Welsh's 11. I think I recognise that is one of your friends. Do I do apologise. He must have another username, or it's not showing his proper nickname. Can you see on your screen?
It's Charlie Welsh. Now, Charlie, let me tell you about Charlie Welsh. He's an absolute legend. But he's actually a very, very good footballer himself. He's American. And I think he's played at quite a decent level over there. So he's a proper football Man, he knows a lot about the game. I don't know if you're still there, Charlie. I know the game's not started yet, but what did you think of the World Cup over there? Were you suitably impressed with the quality? We'll see what he says. But no, Charlie is a top guy and a proper footballing man, which is good to see. Sorry, I stopped talking then. It's just
I will interrupt you just slightly. I will be coming in with score updates, but you may see occasionally on the right hand side of your screen a score flash will pop up very briefly. So keep an eye on them if you want to know before I get them out. That is what the latest scores are.
Charlie says he loved the cup, hated the Americanization of it. And it was different for us. But I get it in America, things like the Super Bowl, you do have that big halftime show. It's expected over there for huge events. It's just a difference in culture. But I felt it kind of broke the rules of the game a little bit. That, the rule is there should be a break of no more than 15 minutes. And if that's the rule, that's the rule. But I do get the desire for something bigger at halftime, really to turn it into a show. I can tell you that the referee is tossing in the middle of the pitch at Burton Albion. Sorry, excuse me.
Steady on.
Ooh, misses. He's tossing the coin over at Burton Albion, and I've absolutely no idea who won. I don't think anybody wins in that situation, do they? But it looks like they're about to kick off. Let's bring you up to speed with some scores for ongoing games. Cambridge United beat Barnet 2-1. Let's have a quick scan of that. They were 1-0 down, actually, at home to Barnet, and then fired back with 2 goals in 5 minutes. They are safely through to the second round. That game is over. Millwall, the perennial underachievers, Millwall. My God, you look at how they blew their opportunity last season. And the season before, they were playing Blackburn Rovers for a place in the playoffs, and they were 3-0 up, or was it 3-1 up? No, I think it was 3-0 up at half time. And Blackburn needed to win to secure their place in the playoffs. And Blackburn came back and won 4-3. Well, the results didn't go Blackburn's way, so neither team made the playoffs. But Millwall, yeah, they are constantly falling at the last few meters. They really are. Now, look, for me, I'm going to talk a little bit about Blackburn because that's the game we're watching. Oh, we've got a couple of people in the chat. Clarence, hello. Right. Oh, is he going to watch United versus PSG? That must be a friendly. Yeah, what was I saying with Blackburn? Blackburn finished last season, scraping survival. Michael O'Neill did a great job to keep Blackburn up. He really did. And then at the end of the season, all the talk was, listen, let me have a chat with the owners. Let me see what's happening. Because obviously, of course, he was managing Northern Ireland at the time. And he said, I can't do both jobs, but let me have a chat with the owners. And he had a chat with the owners. Everybody wanted him to stay, of course. But after that chat with the owners, he immediately walked, which says to me, the owners come back and said, we're not going to give you what you want. We're not going to make that money available. We're not going to back you. In comes Tony Mowbray, fantastic manager. And lo and behold, the season's about to start next week. We've sold loads of players. We bought one guy from Stockport County for 500,000. We've got half our team out injured, and he's having to fly over to Switzerland to beg the owners for a little bit of money. Blackburn are far weakened from where they were at the end of last season, and they barely scraped survival at the end of last season. They are there for the taking today, I think, for a Burton side if they're up for it. I'm not looking forward to this season. Anyway, I've gotten over that. I'm going to press this button. I think I'm supposed to press it. Ta-da!
Yeah. Your match has kicked off, by the way, in case you didn't know.
Oh, I am watching it. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye. Not much has happened at the minute. I was just having a whinge. Let's go and see until something significant happens. Let's go and see what the people of Twitter are saying about the various games. Let's have a look at Blackburn, and nobody's saying anything interesting about the Blackburn game. Maybe it's a little bit early yet. Burn, shit. Sorry.
Emotions run high, especially where Burnley's concerned.
Well, I said Burton Albion would be going at Blackburn today, and Blackburn would be there for the taking. And they very, very nearly in the 3rd minute went 1-0 up. It was a cross-come shot from the right-hand side from Burton, just kept out. By the Rovers keeper. It was heading into the top corner. He managed to palm it into the way of a Burton striker, who's then struck it at the ground to try and loop it over the keeper, and it's gone out essentially for a corner to Burton. That's where we're at now. But, oh no, what's going on? I've temporarily just lost the game. It's coming back, though. It's coming back. I've got it on my phone here. Let me just... There we go. So, yeah, good save from Toth. And I've just lost the game from my phone. Give me a second. It's coming back.
Clarence is watching the Chelsea friendly. I caught a glimpse of that, and Chelsea are beating, I think it's AC Milan convincingly. AC Milan must still be in sort of like warm-up mode. I can't see Chelsea doing anything this season. That's going to rile him up, isn't it?
Well, I mean, Chelsea, there's a lot of talk about Chelsea and their performance this season. They are a team in transition, perhaps. Okay. Goal kick to Blackburn, who are, I can't believe I'm saying this, weathering the early storm at Burton. But we do have a goal at Lincoln City. They are 1-0 up against Derby. Get in, Lincoln. Derby, 82% possession in the first 3 minutes, but they find themselves 1-0 down with the first shot on goal of the match by House after 3 minutes. So the thing is, Derby County, they'll be looking for promotion this season. Obviously, John Eustace went there. He actually left Blackburn to go to Derby County, who were odds-on favourite for relegation when he went. He'd rather go to Blackburn, just fire one over the bar from 18 yards. John Eustace left Blackburn when we were in, I think, 5th position to go to Derby, who were odds-on favourite to be relegated, because that's how he felt about the club and the owners. He kept Derby up, and then, of course, roles reversed. Blackburn are now favourites to go down in Derby. A big shout for the playoffs, especially now the top 8 teams have all got something to fight for. Anyway, goal kick.
There was a goal at Norwich MK Dons in the first minute. Did you look at that one?
I did not see that. Norwich, yeah, Torre in the first minute. 1-0. That doesn't surprise me. I fancy Norwich to do well this season. I do. But I mean, I don't know what you think, Doom. Like, if you were a manager of a team that was expected or was looking for a top 8 finish in the Championship, would you be too concerned about how you get on today, or would you want to go out there and, see what you've been planning in pre-season, put into practice so you felt more prepared next week?
I think with any game, when you start a season, you've got to start on the right foot, and you can't adopt this. Well, it's only the first couple of games. If we have a little stumble here, it doesn't matter. Of course, it does matter, because sometimes them stumbles can snowball into bigger ones. So I think every team should be starting out as they mean to go on, and I believe we've got 2 goals. Blackpool score at Grimsby, and Lincoln are 1-up at Derby.
Blackburn, yes, Lincoln, when we talked about the John Eustace situation, he's not made himself popular at Ewood Park. Where was the other goal? I can't quite see that yet.
Blackpool against Grimsby.
See, what a game that is. Blackpool against Grimsby. That's not updated on my thing. Now it has, yeah, Ennis after 3 minutes. So there we go. I'm using the BBC. Now here come Burton again down the left. Some nice little play. I tell you what, Burton are attacking this game. But as I say that, Blackburn have a chance to break. And my phone is so small. Oh, into the box. Oh, shine. Pulled to the edge of the 6-yard box. And that surely would have been 1-0 Rovers had the defenders managed to get in.
Goal at Crewe. Crewe are 1-0 up against Accrington.
Accrington Stanley. Who are they?
Who are they? Exactly.
That's legendary, that advert. That is absolutely legendary. Oh my goodness! Now Rovers are not.
Oh,
They are
hang
not
on.
gone.
Read the chat. I've just thought, if that's true, that's quite sad, isn't it?
Oh, Messi's dad. That is a shame. I don't know how old he is. I don't know the situation behind that. My Messi himself, he's not that old, is he? Obviously still playing. He's going to be under 40. Oh no, he is 40, isn't he?
Oh,
So
hang on. We've got a penalty. Oh, that was a penalty at Crewe, and it was Jack Lancaster that scored it. Norwich have scored another one against MK Dons.
2-0. No, yeah, I think they're going to be okay today. I do fancy Norwich to surprise people next season. As for Rovers, they bring it forward. Oh, is that through? I thought that was a through ball to Hashi there, but it was well blocked. Hashi, fantastic player. I don't know if are you familiar with him? A Japanese player, quite slight in stature, but he reminds me of like an Adam Armstrong in terms of how hard he works. He will just run and run and run. His ethic is great. And if he had a bit more physicality and he was just a little bit more consistent with his finishing, he's capable of finishing well, but very inconsistently, then we'd have a nice little goal scorer on our hands. But yeah, unfortunately, he just doesn't have that physicality and consistency. But ball into the box, and he's speak of the devil. Hashi heads over from about 5 yards.
No, I'm not aware of him. And to be fair, mate, I don't even know where Blackburn is.
Well, it's just
Is it
outside
somewhere
my window.
Is it somewhere near Devon?
Not quite, mate. Not quite. But
Swindon 1-up at Cardiff.
Oh, not a good start for the Welsh team. Again, it's difficult to know how strong a team everyone's fielding for today, but I can tell you that Blackburn seem to be coming out with what I think would be the first 11 to face Wolves next Friday night. Wolves, of course, being one of the favourites to go up. Let's have a look at Wolves.
I think
they play later.
Clarence says it beautifully there. Blackburn is a state of mind.
I've got I've got a Ring doorbell alert that's just come over and covered the game. Well, Blackburn look like they are almost in this game at Burton, which is not great to, hopefully by the time we get to the 20th minute, they've asserted some kind of pattern of play, some kind of dominance, and are, controlling the game. But at the minute, like I say, Burton have come out high pace, high intensity, and I think they want to take it to Rovers.
Oh, it looks like Touré's got another one.
Is that 2-0? Who's that for? Is that Lincoln?
2-0.
Wow. Let's have a look at that. I had that before. Oh, no. What game are we talking about there? Swindon? No,
I think it was Lincoln, wasn't it?
No, that was House who scored for Lincoln. It was Toure did get one, but I can't remember what game that was. Anyway, it's not. Well, Norwich. Toure got the first one, but Slimane has got the second or Slimane. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, for Norwich. Bit of a break in play. A Burton Albion player is down on the ground. I didn't quite see what happened, but I couldn't give a shit. He's not a Blackburn player, so that sounds terrible.
We are not a partisan football channel, by the way.
We respect all teams, but we're not a Blackburn channel because we don't both support Blackburn. It's up to Ledge to if he wants to say who supports or not. But we're not a Blackburn channel, so don't worry about that. We're going to be covering all games, but today it will be Rovers. Okay, let me get these scores up again.
Just to answer your friend, we don't have a Discord for it yet. We're just getting everything kicked off. That might be something I might slap on on Marcus's head. Yeah, get used to me calling Marcus. That is his other name.
It's my name. It's my name over here. Oh, here come Burton on the left-hand side, cutting into the right foot. What a strike! That's another good save from Toth. Why in this game, as the Blackburn goalkeeper had to pull off 2 or 3 fantastic saves within literally the first 13 minutes of the game? Why is it not at the other end? You know, this is Championship versus League One, or is this actually next season's League One versus League One? I hate to say it, but unless Tony Mowbray can do something special in the loan market.
Millwall 1-up at QPR. Luke Condell in the 54th minute. That's a game that's already kicked off, by the way. It's a 2 o'clock kickoff, I think.
Yes, of course. They'll be just after into the second half now, won't they? It's a corner to Burton from the right-hand side. Ball loops up in the air. It's bouncing around in the box. I don't like this. And is that 1-0? Yeah, bloody knew it. Absolutely knew it. What a bag of toss. What an absolute bag of toss.
Who scored, mate? Sorry?
Someone for Burton. The ball was bouncing in the box. So his body's everywhere. I couldn't see who got on the end of it. But it's Burton deserve it. I said that is exactly what was going to happen. I said Burton are going to see blood playing Rovers today. A weakened Rovers side who were crap last season, who've made no signings apart from one guy for about 10 pence. We've sold our better players. We've got the rest of our first team injured. So Burton are going to come out and smash us here. Let's have a look what's happened. You know what? We almost cleared it off the line, but it was like ping pong in there. And you know what? It means a lot to Burton the way they're celebrating. They're happy with that.
Okay, right. Okay, I'll do this once. Right? Do you want to adjust something on screen?
I've done it. You know what? Can I do that now?
Okay, we've got a goal. Fleetwood versus Chesterfield, and Ched Evans has scored for Fleetwood.
Burton come again. They're looking for blood here. I mean, what an embarrassment. Absolute embarrassment. I still don't know who the goal scorer was. Maybe you could check it. But the Rovers win the ball back round about halfway for about 10 seconds. And then Burton come again in numbers. They're going to be a shot from distance. No, it's played over to the right. Whipped in for... Is that a penalty to Burton? I don't think so. Burton still have the ball on the right-hand side of the box, and it's gone out for a throw-in. Okay. Pick your number. How many are Burton going to beat Blackburn by here? Pick your number.
The scorer was Zach Scutt.
Zach Scutt. Okay.
And we've got another goal less in the Leicester game. We've got actually some more coming in. We've got Mema Caleb Okoli scores for Leicester against Northampton, and Reading have scored against Bromley. I don't have the score yet, but I'll update you when I get it.
What a story Leicester can tell. I mean, obviously, as a Blackburn fan, when we won the Premier League, I thought that was... Oh, hang on, here we go, though. Chance to level. Oh, for God's sake, you couldn't hit a barn door from 3 yards out. Only the keeper to beat. We smash it into the side netting from 3 yards out with no defenders in front. And that was Garrett. Brilliant, young Garrett. Anyway, yeah, Leicester, what a story, winning the league, which I actually think was a better fairy tale than when Blackburn won the league. I know Leicester were a more established side, but Blackburn, had money and we'd finished second the season before. We were one of the teams that was in the conversation to win it, whereas Leicester were 5,000 to 1 to win it and one of the favourites to get relegated after just barely scraping survival the season before. Great fairy tale. And now they find themselves in League One just over 10 years later. So did Blackburn. Blackburn dropped down through the leagues, but...
What about Swindon Town, mate? They dropped even further. They dropped about four divisions.
Swindon have had it rough. They've had it rough, and they were top tier. So I don't think they ever threatened to do anything in the top tier. But the next Premier League team, they've had it rough.
Yeah, Clarence has just said Reading are playing Bromley, which is in his household a brothers derby.
Oh, so how do you get a Reading fan and a Bromley fan growing up in the same house? Here come Burton again, though. That's interesting. Yeah, cleared. I'd be interested to see what the stats are in this game. In fact, let's have a look. I mean, interestingly, Blackburn have had the majority of the possession, but we've had it in our own half. We're not doing anything with it. In terms of shots, Burton have had 6 to our 3, but ours have all been naff, none on target, and 4 of Burton's have been on target. They've had the only 2 corners of the game. They've been forced into no saves. Yeah, this is poor. Let's see how things are going over at Burnley. 0 apiece still after 17 minutes. Burnley having nearly 80% possession.
Just to explain the Clarence thing, I believe Clarence lives somewhere in Reading, and his brother lives in Bromley. So that's how it becomes a brothers derby.
Brilliant. Okay, that makes sense. Rovers got a shot off on the edge of the area, but it's saved. Burton clear. Toth comes out playing 40 yards from his goal. And the Rovers have it back. Tony Mowbray not looking happy at all. So in terms of upsets today, people will be classing this as an upset, but not me. I'm expecting this.
Well, you didn't look too upset when they scored, mate.
It's crap, isn't it, being a football fan? What's the point? What is the point?
This is new territory for me because I know how passionate Marcus is about his beloved Blackburn, as anybody is about their own team. So, yeah, you've got to give it to him to actually do a live stream on it for the first time. Just changing the subject, we've got to go against it's Bristol Rovers, Peterborough, and Peterborough are in the lead.
You know what? My first ever game was it was against Bristol City, not Bristol Rovers. So that makes the story pointless.
So unfortunately, it does. But I mean, you could have just made it up, couldn't you? Yeah. You could have just went with it. Everybody else would.
I could have lied, yeah. Just tell a porky. Right, well, Burton have got a free kick in their own half to be taken by the keeper. Hoofs it over to the right-hand side, where Burton win the header. Again, out-competing Rovers physically, as seems to have been the pattern in the game.
Just to update you further on that last goal Flasher gave you, it was a penalty scored by Harry Leonard.
Harry Leonard used to play for Blackburn, you know.
Everybody did. Yeah. Everybody's played for Blackburn in the time.
So it turns out an Opta stat, Touré's goal for Norwich City is the quickest that any player has scored and assist, because he must have given the assist for the second goal. The quickest anyone has ever scored and assisted in a League Cup game since, get this, Bradley Dack for Blackburn Rovers against Carlisle in 2018.
Oh, this is going to be unbearable, isn't it?
It is. It's everybody's talking about Blackburn. So, here we go, though. Here we go. I missed something. How can you not a one-on-one, just a keeper to beat? The keeper's coming out for sure, but you can put it to his left, you can put it to his right, or you can literally just hit it straight at the keeper. I told you, Ahashi is far too inconsistent. It's sloppy play from Burton at the back. In fact, that's not even Ahashi, is it? My God. It's Captain Cantwell.
Todd Cantwell?
Yeah, and he's just passed it to the keeper.
Does he still wear a hairband?
He's actually looks completely different, which is why I didn't recognise, because obviously he's known for having that long hair, isn't he? Yeah. Since the end of last season, he's cut it. So it's honestly, I mean, he's got darker hair, but he's cut it to the same length as mine. So he looked completely different. But no, it was Cantwell. And but Rovers win it back again. A little bit sloppy play from Burton. And it's Ahashi. He's running and running. And eventually he's dispossessed. It's gone out for Rovers corner. But that's more like it. Start pressuring Burton into making some mistakes.
We have a red card at Preston versus Huddersfield, and it's a Preston player. Lewis Gibson has been given his marching orders.
Now, when we talk about red cards and Preston, it's usually, you say it's at Huddersfield.
No, it's actually at Preston, but it's against Huddersfield.
Right, let's have a look at lineup here. I can't remember the guy's name. Begins with an O. What's he called? Preston. I can't remember. It begins with an O. There we go. Osmajic, or however you pronounce it. He's bitten players. He's racially abused players. He's headbutted players. He's served. I mean, he's as filthy as they come, in my opinion. So I was expecting it to be him, but he's the kind of player whose conduct I think deserves a real lengthy ban. You remember when was it Suarez? You know, the bitey man. I don't know how long he got, but people were outraged, weren't they? It's like, oh, Suarez biting again. So you know, something has to be done. Well, he's a similar kind of guy. Something's got to be done about his attitude.
Suarez was a bit different because he had a really big, prominent set of choppers, didn't he?
He could, you know, if you were in like the opposition box, he could bite you from the opposite box. That's what his mouth like. Yeah. Well, Rovers seem to be looking as if they're trying to get back in the game at least, but it's pants.
Yeah. Right. I think we might just take you up on that offer. Mr. Welsh has offered to dig out his mic and join us sometime.
Yeah, well, he knows a lot about the game. He can, and he can talk about it from somebody who's played the game. And I don't know about his. Oh, hang on, Hashi. To be fair, that no, that's not Ohashi. I'm looking at my. It's this is going to be really bad because it's Afalayan. Ohashi's Japanese and Afalayan's African American. They look completely different. But I'm watching on my tiny phone. But anyway. Crossing to the box, and he's headed just one of those loopy headers trying to for the top corner. Yeah, I've never played at any, done weekly kind of let's hire a pitch with your mates and play kind of thing, but I've never played at a competitive level, even for like a pub team or anything like that. Whereas Charlie has played at quite a decent level, I think. Over here, maybe you could equate it, I'd imagine, with just below Vauxhall Conference, something like that, like a decent level. Here come Burton, though, to score the set. No, they don't, saved. So he'd be able to give like the player's opinion on, just a more educated opinion. It'd be good to hear what he's got to say on a lot of these things.
Yeah, okay. Dom Jeffries has made it Lincoln 2, Derby 0.
Good. I don't have anything against Derby, and I'm not a Lincoln fan, but I do want Derby to get whacked quite heavily today.
That's the most contradicting sentence I've ever heard you say.
I know. Well, Rovers are getting beat, so I hope everyone else does. I hope everyone else has a right miserable bloody day. That's there's no goodwill. Oh dear me! Right, it's pass out from the back to Rovers, goes for a throw into Burton. So, like Rovers' danger men at the minute are obviously not on the pitch because we're not creating any danger. But actually, the irony is that they are on the pitch. We've got Ahashi, as I've talked about, up front. Really, really hard-working, inconsistent. Murashita over on the right-hand side, another Japanese player, pairs up really, really well with Ahashi. Obviously, there's a common language there between them that allows them to talk to each other on the pitch without really being understood by what the defenders around them are saying, So when they're talking about the quick give and go, etc., they do pair up really, really well. And Morishita is a very talented. I'd say he's our best player. I'll put him ahead of Cantwell. He's exciting when he's on that ball. He really is. We've got 85-year-old Adam Forshaw and 12-year-old Garrett in midfield. I'm obviously exaggerating, but it's the right mix. But our one decent defender, you listen to this name, because he's going to end up at an Arsenal or a Man United one day, and that is Tom Atchinson. We had Phil Jones come through at Blackburn years and years ago before he started his career, and you just knew he was going to go on for a big club. And of course, he went to play for Man United, made a good career in the Premier League.
Hang on, you said big club.
Yeah, well, bigger than Blackburn. Aitchison, his lad's only 19, and when you see him close up, you know, you go to Rovers, I always sit near the front. He stood in front of you taking a throw, and he is an absolute unit. He dominates the air. He's very, very physical, but he's all right with the ball at his feet as well. For a defender, he's not afraid of running forward for a centre back, and he's not got a bad shot on him. He's an excellent, excellent talent. I hope we make a lot of money when we sell him. Anyway, here comes an indirect free kick for Blackburn, swung in, actually aiming for Aitchison's head, but the kick didn't quite have enough height on it, and it was picked off by the first defender. But it comes back to Blackburn.
For you.
Go
on. If you had a chance to have Sam Allardyce back at your club, would you, knowing he loves Bolton more?
Oh, Allardyce, I thought was fantastic for it. Oh, truth. Yeah, I'd have Allardyce back any day of the week. And he speaks kindly of Blackburn, when he does his podcasts and people ask him about various, clubs and events. Even though the Venkies did the dirty on him, he still speaks really highly of Blackburn. So, of course, he loves Bolton, but I'd have him back. Snap of a hat.
Okay, we've got a goal at Cardiff. They've equalised against Swindon from a penalty in which Youssef Salek has scored.
Just bouncing on Twitter, Joel Saffer says, new season, same shit football, never change West Ham. So I've had a look. Obviously, it's 0-0 there, no goals. But they seem to be struggling, only 38% of possession at home versus Portsmouth. Let's have a look at the lineups. It's difficult to see, actually, how many of those. Jared Bowen, he's a good player. He's in there. It's difficult for me to tell how many of those are going to be regular first teamers. Got Kante, Alvarez. I think that's a fairly strong side, actually.
Do you think West Ham will just bounce back up?
I do. I think West Ham will bounce back up, yeah. I think Burnley will be guaranteed for the playoffs. They don't seem to have had as good a transfer window this time as they did last time they came down. Last time they came down, they left it very, very, very late. But in the last few days of the season, they were very active and they actually built a really good side. They seem to have left it very late again this season, but haven't acted. Here come Rovers. I can't see who that is. My phone is small. Is that Ahashi? Is he going to get the follow-up? Oh! So a shot, well saved, parried out. I'm not sure what happened with the follow-up. Murashita with the follow-up. But it was clear. That's better from Rovers. Yeah, very happy with that. Let's see what the people at Twitter are talking about for Birmingham. Nothing.
You have to feel for teams like Chelsea when West Ham went down, because now it's like a local derby for Chelsea, and they'll miss them 3 points, won't they?
Yes, I mean, yeah, they will. But I hear that a lot. We don't want our derby opponents to go down because the derby game is a big game. Well, the derby games are a big game, but I would love to see my derby opponents go down just so I can laugh at how the
we all know you love Burnley, really, mate. It's all projected against yourself. That
I threw a party when they got relegated again last year. That's the only good thing about Burnley getting promoted is they're going to come down the next season. You can have a party again. So let's have a look. Yeah. Oh, here come Burton again. No, but that's going nowhere. Todd Campbell getting the booking. No idea what for. Dissent, I think. And that annoys me. Bookings for dissent.
Do you think that they should be allowed to call the referee or whatever?
No, what annoys me is the unprofessionalism of the player to get a booking and put himself on a knife edge. We can't commit heavily to challenges when he might otherwise need to because he's already on a yellow. If you're a professional footballer, you should act professional, and you can't control everything on the pitch, but you can control your own attitude and the way you speak to the referee.
Yeah, I know I'm on board with that, but just like you are a passionate fan, when you're actually in the middle of a game and you know everything's maybe resting on it, sometimes you just forget that you can be a decent human being.
Yeah, you can overreact and lash out for sure, but it's we had a Gay when we played. Oh, hang on, here come Burton again. No, when Blackburn last played at Turf Moor, we drew 1 apiece, and we were hanging on. To be fair, really desperately defending, hanging on to get the draw. And Gay, our striker at the time, our big target man, that was our relief. Whenever there was issue, whenever we got the ball back in our own box to relieve the pressure, we booted up and he'd collect the ball. Because like an Emil Heskey type player, he'd get his head on the end of it and give us a bit of relief. He gets fouled. He's already on a yellow. He gets fouled, and he starts pulling out the imaginary yellow card to the referee, which of course is you're going to get a booking yourself if you do that, and that he got sent off for it. How we didn't end up losing that game, I've no idea, but that kind of stuff.
You have to refresh my memory. I don't normally pay attention to this particular cup, if you'll forgive me for saying that. In these early rounds, do they still do replays, or are they settled by extra time and penalties?
They don't even do extra time now, or they didn't last season, unless it's changed. It's just 90 minutes and then penalties.
See, at this level, crikey.
Yeah. Rovers look like they've just won a free kick on the dangerous position, actually. Now, the good thing for Burton is Rovers don't have anyone that can take a free kick. So they can give as many as they want away. We have, and it looks like Cantwell who's going to have a crack. I doubt it doesn't look like it's direct free kick. He certainly wouldn't shoot from there if it is. It looks like Cantwell to float it in from the left-hand side, to swing it in on his right foot. Here it comes. And collected by the keeper. No danger there, really. No danger at all.
Okay, Michael Cheek has scored for Bromley, so that game is tied at 1-1. Oh, and Portsmouth have scored against West Ham. I've got to get the score, though. It will come through eventually.
They'll be disappointed with that West Ham. I still think West Ham will do enough to come back up. I don't think it's going to be easy, the Championship, for anybody this year. But here come Rovers again. Oh,
yeah. The score for Portsmouth was Adrian Segicic.
Cantwell on his left peg, right on the edge of the box, almost bang central with goal. It looked like a good shot, or a good low, powerful shot, but a defender did just manage to stick out a foot, and it's bounced behind for a corner, Rovers corner from the Rovers right-hand side. And who's that taking it? Is that Forshaw? I need a bigger phone, but I don't know what the delay is. Yeah, but Rovers ramping up the pressure. 9 minutes left in the half. Rovers ramping up the pressure. Here it comes. Oh, jeez. That was about, and I mentioned Aitchison before. The ball comes in, and for a big, solid, tall, heavy centre back, is practically done a diving header there to try and connect with the ball, and he must have missed by the width of a human hair. But had he connected with that from 2 yards out, that would have rocketed in the net for 1 apiece. It's unlucky. He's going to attract a lot of interest from bigger clubs. I predict at the next transfer window, people will be after him. Rovers win another free kick. It's all Rovers now. I always had faith. Let's see what they're saying about Burnley. It's Notts County. Burnley fans don't seem to be too impressed with their start on Twitter. Right.
Don't forget, for any new viewers to this channel, if you could drop us a like and maybe subscribe, that would help the channel to grow and keep Cats, or Marcus as we call him here, in his hair cream.
Just waiting for this free kick to be taken. It's direct and it looks like it's going to be Cantwell to take it. It's basically central, 25 yards out and central. It's taken from his right foot. It's low. It's straight into the wall and it's cleared. And it was rubbish. It was absolute garbage. Rovers pick it up. It's back to Toth in goal.
You know what the supercut of this is going to be, don't you?
Me just saying it's rubbish.
You saying rubbish, garbage. Oh, Huddersfield scored against Preston. Again, I'll get the score as soon as it comes through.
10-man Preston.
Yeah. So it's Huddersfield 1, Preston 0.
And yeah, Blackpool 1-0 up against Grimsby, although they have been for a while.
Ashley Fletcher in the 38th minute there.
Burton seemed to be sitting a lot deeper, I would say, at this point. And which is going to suit Rovers, obviously. They did come out and really went go for Rovers and deservedly went 1-0 up. But the more Rovers are now applying pressure, they're looking better. Burton seem to be adopting the very low block approach. Be interesting to see how long that lasts. Can't see them doing it the entire game. Excuse me. So, here comes Hashi, right foot. It's saved. It's gone for a corner. Again, the chances are coming now. Let's have a look at the stats so far. If I just refresh those. Then
do Blackburn play with just one lone striker, or do they have two up front?
No, we played just with a Hashi up front. And like I say, he's not a target man, so they rely more on trying to work through balls for him. And they don't do it very well. Here we come. Is that Garrett with the... Oh, it was a short corner. Just get the ball in the box. Unless you've got something really well worked out routine, just get the ball in the box. Speculative shot. And he's got the 3 points for the conversion, or 2 points, or whatever. Right. What's the biggest upset so far, do you think?
I think West Ham so far is going to be the one that sort of slaps you in the face, because, as I said before, you've just been relegated, so you're basically the lowest you've been. You want to kick off by getting some, a really positive victory. Game's not over yet, though. There's plenty of time for him to come back.
Agreed. Same for Blackburn, who are looking much improved, and they're playing some nice football here, actually. Nice little passing out from the back. Ultimately, it's gone nowhere, but it did look promising for a second. That's a long through ball, route one, into the box for Burton, but it's picked up by Toth, and Rovers will retain possession. So yeah, Lincoln 2, Derby 0. That's a surprise for me. I thought Derby would hit the ground running a little bit more. Oh, hang on, Rovers. No.
Yeah, we've got a goal at Oakwell at Barnsley. It's Wigan who scored. Dara Costello, 1-0 to Wigan.
Right. See, Fleetwood Town 1-0 up. Fleetwood Town, Joey Barton's old club. I don't know how long it'll be before we see Joey Barton back again, but it'll be a while. Has that been decided yet? Or
Do you know, I don't know. Do you know the last news I heard about Joe Barton is he was in more trouble than than he ever was when he was a player.
yeah, he attacked someone with a baseball bat, didn't he? I mean, allegedly or whatever. I know he was on trial for that, but he was refused bail. So I don't know if he's actually been, that trial's gone ahead and he's been sentenced. Anyway, here come Rovers into the box. Midges dick away from getting his head on that, but it's still Rovers. Afolayan out on the right. This time it's played low. Is that Morishita almost get there? Back out to Afolayan. That's good play by Rovers, keeping the pressure up.
Oh, Notts County have scored against Burnley, 1-0 up.
That's music to my ears.
And Cardiff have taken the lead against Swindon 2-1, and Luton are now 1-0 up at Gillingham.
Well, that goal from Notts County now makes the Notts County game versus Burnley the biggest potential upset so far, in my opinion. Rovers have another corner. It's all Rovers at the minute. I'm really actually chuffed with the way they're playing. If we can go. Whipped back in like the Paul Scholes kind of standing on the edge of the box after a corner, except it didn't go anywhere. But Rovers still have the ball with Garrett deep in midfield. Tries to play it through to Ahashi. It's cleared. Aitchison then, in his desperation to win it back, gives away a foul, and Burton gets the ref fight.
Just need to jump in and say apologise if you saw a stutter in the stream. There are doing upgrades in my area of the country, and occasionally it just flickers on and off for a second.
Well, that mean I was stuttering, of course, because I'm coming from my house to your house through to the world, aren't I? That's how this works, isn't it?
Yeah.
International. Burton. A rare venture for a while into the Rovers box, but Aitchison's there to clear. Aitchison is, just listen out for that name, Thomas Aitchison. He's going to go a long way.
Oh, we've got a goal. St Orange have gone 3-0 up, and Birmingham are leading Swansea 1-0, and West Ham have equalised.
Right, West Ham have. Hannah Derbyshire on Twitter says, I am hope you win tonight, Burnley football. Here we go. This is interesting. So Everton obviously had to pay Burnley, or it was deemed by the Football Association that Everton had to pay Burnley 40 million because Burnley went down in a season where Everton broke the financial fair play rules, and Burnley claimed they suffered from that. But Wilson on Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it, this is a good point. He says if that claim is upheld and Burnley do get that money, does that mean that Burnley are not just benefiting from Everton because they're going down, but they also get the parachute payment? And how is that fair? I don't. No, I don't agree with that. I think Burnley probably are due that money, actually, as much as it pains me to say. What's your view on that?
To be honest, this is all becoming part and parcel of the game, isn't it? All this kind of stuff. Everton have been thrown in the mix for a lot of things, especially when it comes to things like that. So, I don't know, really. I don't really have an opinion, to be fair. It's just becoming more normalised for me. Hang on. Jared Bowen has made it 2-1 now.
There we go. He's a good player, Jared Bowen, isn't he?
We've got some half times. Fleetwood 1, Chesterfield 0, and 0-0 between Salford, Shrewsbury, and Leyton Orient and Oxford.
And it's half time at Blackburn, 1-0 Burton. To sum it up, Burton came out the blocks flying. They took a deserved 1-0 lead, and it took Blackburn maybe maybe 30 minutes before they decided to start playing. But I think it's fair to say they've dominated the last 15 minutes of that half. And if they come out the same, it's going to be a very, very interesting second half.
Yeah, Bristol Rovers are trailing Peterborough 1-0 at half-time, and Notts County are 1-0 up at Burnley still half-time. QPR have scored late in that game, I think. Was that the 2 o'clock? Or am I thinking of a different one? They're now drawing 1-1 with Millwall. Half-time, Stoke and Oldham 0-0 apiece. And Huddersfield half-time 1-0 up at Preston, 10-man Preston. Stockport 0, Doncaster 0 half-time score. We'll have a few of these coming in right about now, so we'll try and get as many as we can, and then hang on, what was that goal? It was a own goal that gave QPR the goal.
Oh, right. Okay. I do have to read this out before the halftime break. This is from Ben, a Notts County fan, who has tweeted the Burnley official Twitter account. And he said, to gloat, he said, "Wow, at Burnley official, you are a shit club with shit fans and a shit ground. How you were ever in the Premier League, I'll never know. You're just a shit Blackburn Rovers." I just thought I had to read that out.
Adds a bit of balance, doesn't it, to the commentary?
It does. It has a little bit of balance, yeah. So there we go. Right.
Some more coming in. Wimbledon 0-0 against Newport. Cardiff, it's half-time 2-1. Swindon coming in thick and fast now. Bradford 0-0 Rochdale. Gillingham losing 1-0 to Luton. Swansea losing 1-0 to Birmingham. Bradford, is that a goal? A 1-up. Derby have scored in the Lincoln games. It's now 2-1 to Lincoln. Will Swan has scored for Bradford against Rochdale.
And it's Sammy Smodic who got the goal for Derby. Guess who he used to play for?
Burnley?
The ex-Blackburn man. I'll tell you a story about Sammy Smodic. He was brilliant for us. He had like a season where he scored 20 plus goals. And we nearly got relegated. And to stay up, we had to go. And it turned out we did have to beat Leicester. Leicester, who had literally just won promotion and won the championship to go back into the Premier League. They've been beating all comers. We go up there, and I think the Leicester players might have been celebrating a bit because we ended up winning. But when Smodic got, we were 1-0 up. And when he got the second, which was late on in the game, was definitely going to be the winner. The Leicester keeper had come up for a corner. We got the ball. Smodic was running away towards an open goal, and he looked behind him, and he could see how far away the closest Leicester player was. And I've never seen this before, but Smodic literally started celebrating about 45 yards from goal. He was literally celebrating before he even put the ball in the net. He was a good one.
Okay, some more half times. It's 3-0 Norwich against MK Dons. Lincoln 2-1, as we mentioned before, half time. Bromley 1-1 against Reading. West Ham 2-1 up at Portsmouth, and it's 0-0 Watford Crawley.
Okay, we're getting there. Are we doing a 5-minute halftime wee break, or are we going through?
Well, I will not put any more pressure on your bladder than you do yourself. So we'll nip off for a quick 5-minute break, and we'll be back as soon as Katz has flushed the toilet.
Well, I don't always flush. You know, if it's brown, flush it down. If it's yellow, let it mellow. And all. No, I do always flush.
Well, at least wash your hands.
I flush before I go. Then I don't have to flush after I've been.
We'll see you when we're 5.
Bye-bye. There's penalties at QPR Millwall, and I'm just going to try and get that game on my phone, so so we can have a look at it. All the games are on. Why can't I find QPR Millwall? For goodness sake! Come on, QPR Millwall. Here we go. Right, and then we'll come back to the Blackburn game after. So penalties starting soon. I'm not sure who I want to win this, to be honest. But a little bit of drama.
Just a bit of a diversion. Have you seen those little mini Pringles you can get now?
Mini Pringles?
Yeah, I'm having some now. They're not. You don't get them in a tube. They're tiny little things, like a little bag.
So it's not the packet that's mini. It's the Pringles themselves that are.
Yeah, they're mini, but they wouldn't. Obviously, they can't put them in a tube. Otherwise, I mean, you could fit them probably in a Smarties tube.
I'd like to learn more about these Pringles.
You can get them at all those supermarkets. We're not sponsored.
What's your Pringle flavour of choice or crisp flavour of choice?
I have two. One of them's boring because everybody seems to like that one, which is sour cream and onion.
I actually don't like that.
But the one I'm having now is the Texas barbecue.
I'm just salt and vinegar man. Me, I don't all these fancy flavors.
Barbecue's not fancy, mate. It's been around for ages.
Well, the penalties are on the way. The keepers seem to have decided which goal it's going to be in, and they are slowly walking over. At this point, right, the keeper must be thinking, "This is my chance to really make a name for myself." Do you know what I mean? Like they must be fancying this.
Clarence agrees with your choice of flavour. Figures, really.
It is the only choice of flavour, isn't it? If we're honest about it. I don't know what they're trying to decide here and now. It looks, yeah, I'm not sure who's going to be taking the first penalty. I'm not so familiar with the QPR Millwall players, so I'm going to call them all Roger.
Okay.
And it is Roger who's stepping up for the first penalty, and it looks like it's going to be for Millwall in front of the QPR fans. Not that there's many of them. Here he comes, and right down the middle, low. That is 1-0 Millwall. I just for the hell of it, I'm gonna cheer for QPR here, just because, like I said before, every time I watch Millwall, every time Millwall do something, they always seem to somehow make a mess of it, in my humble opinion. So I want to see that continue.
I will get you the scorer of that goal when it decides it wants to give me it.
QPR.
It was Jake Cooper who got the first one.
Okay, well now Roger's stepping up for QPR. Right-footed. That, you know what? That's a good save. He's whipped that. It's a good height for the keeper, just to the keeper's right, but he whipped it with a lot of pace. Quite often when the keeper dives, he's diving under that. But that's a good save. The keeper didn't commit too early, and when he went, good reactions, good strong hands. That was hit with a lot of pace. So first blood, if you like, goes to Millwall, who are going to look to make it 2 here. And here we go. Another right footer. that's a cheeky penalty. Cheeky one. He's just popped it into the right hand side. I think he waited for the keeper to dive. One of them. I don't like those. I prefer the Alan Shearer mentality when it comes to taking penalties. He always said he knew where he was going to place it. Before he kicked it, he knew he was going to whack it there hard. And if the keeper went the right way, brilliant. And he wouldn't change his mind. And he just committed with power. And I'm a big fan of that.
The player who missed for QPR, I'm going to see if I can get his name right here. And what a name it is Elias Chair, as in the seating furniture.
Well, you won't believe that they just missed again. And this time, you want to watch this on YouTube if anyone can find this save. It's a left-footed penalty to the top right corner. Well, no, maybe not top right corner. I think a little bit lower than that. But the keeper has pulled off an absolute belting save for that. That was a much better save than the first one. Big fan of that.
Yeah, Harvey Vale missed for QPR as well. So that's 2 misses for QPR.
It is. And here comes Millwall, who are now joining in the Let's Have Our Penalty Save party. That was one of the poorest penalties I've ever seen. I think he's tried to wait for the keeper to dive. And then for some reason, he's put it the same way the keeper's dived, but he's rolled it across the floor. I mean, honestly, hand on heart, I could have saved that. That's how bad that penalty was. I wouldn't have even had to, I'd have just had to step to the right and put my foot out. It was like he's passed it to the keeper. If I was the Millwall coach, I would be furious. That is the most nonchalant penalty I've seen. If they go on to blow this penalty shootout, that's unforgivable.
Yeah, but Clarence has said, how do you feel about the stutter penalty? He says you just need to whack it. You might still miss, but you look less of a tit.
I agree. QPR have just had the 3rd penalty saved. And it was a great save again. That keeper's done his homework. These haven't been easy saves. That keeper's manned up. So just to throw that. So it's 2-0 QPR. This penalty to see him through. It was a fantastic penalty. And that's saved as well. My God, and that's a great save. This is unbelievable.
Do you think they're just poor shots, or are the keepers like really top notch?
Well, the last one missed by Millwall was just a terrible, terrible penalty. But no, the rest, hand on heart, they've been decent saves. They've not been, world-class penalties, but they've been decent penalties.
Your game at Blackburn has just kicked off, just to let you know.
Right. Well, as soon as this is sorted here, I'll switch on. But QPR, again, have got a chance to try and get back into it. They'll need more than just to score this. But can they score their first penalty? Or are they going to miss all 4? Jeez, I've never seen this. The keeper has saved all 4 QPR penalties. All 4. Imagine being the penalty taking coach at QPR and all 4 of your penalty takers go up and have their penalties saved. All right, the QPR keeper's done his job. He's saved 2 and he's done well. And you'd think as a keeper, right, penalty shootout, if I save 2 penalties, we're going through. 4 penalties. They haven't scored 1.
I think Chelsea are going to sign that keeper before the end of the window.
I'm glad actually we went over to see that.
So it's Millwall's victory, isn't it?
Yeah, it's exactly that. You say that they are through. Let's get the Blackburn game on. Hopefully we're 1 apiece by the time I put it on.
Oh, Burton has scored 3 goals.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Have you noticed that when I say stuff like that, there's that little pause where he's saying in his head, "I want to kill you."
I hope you're not. Hope you're not right. Well, we're on the 47th, 48th minute, and it's still 1-0. Hopefully, for me at least, it follows the same trend as the end of the first half. Yeah, the stutter penalty, going back to Clarence's comment, I hate it. You know, I know people like Neymar use it a lot, and some players swear by it. But for me, you put the ball on the spot, you pick your target, even if it's just toss going, whatever. You know where you're going to put that penalty before you even put the ball on the spot. You whack it, and if the keeper saves it, he's done a great job, right? That's all that can go wrong if you do that. Is that the keeper pulls off a great save and then you congratulate him. These stutter penalties where you end up, you know, looking really stupid if you get them wrong, or even worse, the Panenka ones. My God.
Yeah.
Who was it? Well, actually, was it Arsenal or somebody else? Was it Henry that in one game passed from a penalty?
I don't recall that. What
Burton,
I
yeah.
can say is Josh Davis has scored for Shrewsbury, making it 1-0 to Shrewsbury against Salford.
And while that chance was happening, Burton nearly went 2-0 up here. They've flashed it across the 6-yard box. Luckily, no one was there and it was cleared. But actually, rather than flashing it across the 6-yard box, they could have just shot straight at goal there. But here come Rovers. Again, I'm not expecting a great deal. Lots of players in the box. It's a bit ping-pongy. It's not going to break for anybody. No. Fafnown on the left with Garrett. What can we do? Trying to get a ball in a box, but it's going to go out for a corner. Well organised defence, I'd say, from Burton. So West Ham, yeah, West Ham are they back at it yet? No, still half time.
Still have time, yeah. I keep getting the second half starts coming up. There's a lot of games on today, isn't there? What, 20-something games?
There are a lot, yeah. There are a lot. I see Wrexham got beat off Middlesbrough last night, and flash on.
Oh, bit of good news for you, mate. Burnley have equalised against Notts County.
Oh, fantastic! Who's got that?
I'll get
Fleming.
You in a second. Have you got it?
Yeah, Fleming. Burnley was 71% possession, and actually only 2 shots on target. Corner to Rovers on the right side. Looks like they're going to play it short, and I hate it when they do this because they look a little bit clueless. And now, I mean, what's come from that? Rovers struggling to maintain possession halfway through in the Burton half. Just get it into the box. Nice ball over the top, though. And that's going to be cleared. Oh, it's gone out for a throw.
Just to let everybody know, I'm getting the words out. We will be planning on doing this, like I said, after when the season starts. We'll try and make it a mix if we can of Premier League and EFL if we can. But as you can imagine, there's just so many games that go on Saturday at 3:00. We might not be able to get them all, and we may also do either a 12:30 live or a 5:30 live on a Saturday. And that all depends on, again, availability for each of us.
Yeah, and we'll be looking to get guest people like Charlie as well. You know, if you want to come on and have a chat, or even if you've got a football channel of your own, or you're just a supporter of a club and you want to come on and have a chat while we're covering one of your club's games, feel free.
We've got a scorer in the Blackpool Grimsby. It's 1-0 to Blackpool, and it's Alfie May who scored.
Okey-dokey. Well, it's another corner to Blackburn Rovers, this time on the left-hand side. Todd Cantwell look finally as if they're going to jack in this short corner nonsense, and he's just going to whip one in. But Todd Cantwell I'm going to hit the first defender every time. Let's see if he can miss that. Oh, yeah, he's finally got some height on it, and that's a header, but just off target. And it's our man, Tom Atchinson. Yeah. Nice big target man. When you got someone like that in the box, who's good in the air, who's competitive, just get the ball in. Just whip it in. None of this 1-2 stuff. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I was just going to say, just the score flash first. Stockport County have equalised against Doncaster, making it 1-1. And to answer Clarence, if we do ever cover a Chelsea game, I'll try and give you a message if you're available. Obviously, we need you to be kitted out in your latest Chelsea regalia, so we can all laugh at you. I mean, sorry, so we can see how good the kit is, and we look forward to it, mate.
You've got to have the club crest of the team you support tattooed on your forehead.
I don't think he's got that big of a forehead, to be fair.
Let's have a look what the Bolton fans are saying on Twitter. They seem to think they've been the better team against Sheffield Wednesday so far. But still, not much is being said.
Yeah, he's. I'm going to say this on stream because I think we can do this. Clarence has just said he is a full kit wanker.
Oh, good on him. Good on it. Oh, come Rovers. Oh, that's going to be offside, even if it goes in.
If you want to celebrate it still, mate, go for it.
Well, it didn't go in. Keeper collected it anyway. But for a second, we looked as if something might be happening there from the edge of the box. But it was a shot from the edge of the box, which took a deflection, looped over the defender into the path of a Rovers player who looked like he might be able to put it away from a few yards. But he was in an offside position when that original shot was taken.
So you mentioned Mr. Welsh is American. Does that mean if he comes on, he'll be continually referring to it as soccer?
Well, that's a good question. I wonder if after the World Cup, if more Americans are used to calling it football, just because we call American football, whereas Americans just call it football. I wonder if they just call it like European football or something. There is a harsh challenge there. It looks like it's getting a bit tetchy over at Burton. That's a yellow card for the Burton number 19, who is doesn't seem to be listed on the website. Don't know where he is, but he's a bit cheesed off about Summit. But the free kick's gone Rovers' way, as it should. Oh, let's see what else is going on. Burnley winning now, or is it still 1-1?
I've had no the updates, so I think it's still 1-1. Another question for you. Thinking, if you had limited funds to buy one player, which player would you buy that you think would improve Blackburn enough to get promotion?
Well, I mean, it's a bit of a loaded question because I think we need more than one player to do that. But if I was to buy one to try and help us, it'd have to be a goal scorer. So with the money we've got, probably. Oh God, how much money are we talking?
I said unlimited.
Oh, unlimited. Oh well,
unlimited.
Messi, we'll get him in.
Well, even at his age, he's not really. I mean, okay, he scores goals, but that's
in the Championship. I think with his ability to keep possession with the ball at his feet as well, he brings a lot more than just like age-related skills like pace and stuff. I think he'll bring a lot to us. He's got good vision. Yeah. But anyway, here come Rovers. Halfway down the Burton half, it's with Garrett in midfield.
West Ham have scored again, 3-1 to West Ham.
That's good going. Rovers prattling about on the left-hand side. You seem at points a little bit devoid of ideas, but then Burton are sitting, I think now deliberately with their low block. I think Burton have set their intention out to defend the 1-0 lead here. Here's Aitchison trying to make something happen. Again, he's got good feet for such a big, hefty centre back. Out to Cantwell, who's now playing quite wide left. It's difficult to spot without his, because you're used to with Cantwell with his long hair and his hairband, like you say, but he's got his hair so short now. Difficult to pick him out from a distance. But it's just nothing. They're huffing and puffing, playing around Burton, but nothing's going through. Absolutely nothing. Oh, this is depressing. This is depressing.
Do you think this is a sign of things to come for Blackburn, or do you think they're going to sort of make up this lack of imagination you think they've got?
Well, it's a sign of all last season. Things haven't changed. Like we didn't score enough goals last season. You know, it was a case that if we went 1-0 down, that was pretty much it. I think I remember one. Oh, just flashed a shot. It's that man, Todd Cantwell, finally making a decent run. He's just flashed a shot just wide of the left-hand post. In fact, no, it's saved. The shot was on target. It's going to be Rovers' corner. But yeah, I think I really remember one game last season where we actually went 1-0 down and we ended up drawing. And I mean, there might have been another one, but it was a standing job. We just didn't score enough goals. So it's no change. It's no
Speaking
change.
of scoring, Stoke again. Stoke have scored against Oldham, so it's 1-0 to Stoke.
Corner was taken. Not a lot happened. Burton trying to break and doing a good job of it, to be fair. But that's intercepted, and Rovers can come back. Is Cantwell again? He's been busy. Is Cantwell? He's putting himself about a bit on the left, up to Ahashi. But again, Burton have got so many players back that is snuffed out pretty quickly. H-turn over to playing it over to Alabuso. He gets a lot of abuse, but I like him. Quite a talented fullback, I think. Who whips across in, deflected and caught by the keeper.
Okay, MK Dons have got one back at Norwich. So it's 3-1 Norwich. MK Dons.
Of course, we're guaranteed penalties in some of these games today. So if we don't get penalties in the Rovers game, might be worth hanging on and switching over to penalties in another game. We're bound to have some, aren't we?
Would you really want penalties watching your own team? I mean, I hate them.
I wouldn't want penalties, but given the fact that we're 1-0 down and we don't look like scoring,
you'll take them, won't you, now?
Yeah, we'll take it. It's a triple substitution for Rovers. We're bringing February on. We're bringing Good Johnson on, who spent most of last season injured. You know, I really hope he'll do a great job. Hashi's coming off. And Carter, is that? No. Who's that coming on? Oh, yeah, February. Sorry, I've said. So, yeah, triple substitution. And we will see. This February guy is a guy we got from Stockport for $500,000. And we'll see what he can do.
Benedict Benaga has scored for Luton at Gillingham, making it 2-0 to Luton.
Yeah, it's a sign of it. So, our new signing, not seen February before. We signed him from Stockport, and he was a good League One player. You know, he's excelled in League One. Obviously, Burton, a League One opposition, they might know him well. And he's spent a little bit of time on loan at Charlton, but he didn't quite cut the mustard for them. So I'm not expecting him to make waves at Championship level, but he's playing against a League One side here, and he's meant to be a physical player who's not scared of getting the ball and running at people. A little bit exciting at this level. So we'll see what he can do.
Is that Heidegger Johnson's son?
I believe it is, actually, yeah. But I'm not 100% sure.
But didn't he play for you as well?
No.
Didn't you have a big Swede or someone playing for you at one point?
How long ago are you talking? We had Henning Berg. Oh, no, he's Norwegian.
Well, I might have got the nationality, but it's Scandinavian, that area.
Pedersen, are you thinking of?
Possibly.
It was like a winger. He's Norwegian. Yeah, he's Norwegian as well. He was good. Pedersen looks very much like my younger brother, actually, to the point where when my younger brother had his son and his daughter, and they were watching the matches, he would say to his daughter, like, "Oh, this is recorded from yesterday. You'll be able to see me play." And then when he flashed on, his daughter thought it was him. So for 8 years, she thought he was a professional footballer.
Okay, Norwich are now 4-1 up MK Dons. Andre Brooks in the 59th minute.
Yeah. They'll do well, Norwich, this season. Just on edgy with Rovers now. Time's really ticking away. Here come Burton. One of the rare sorties into the Blackburn half. And they win a free kick, which I'm sure there'll be in no rush to take. Adam Forshaw, I joked earlier on, said he's about 80. I think he's probably about 35, about to turn 36 this season, maybe, give or take a year. He's a lot of experience. He was brilliant for us last season, absolutely brilliant for us. But, he's knocking on a bit, how fresh are his legs going to be for a full, tough championship season. Oof.
Oh, Swindon have equalised at Cardiff, 2-2 that game.
Was it 2-0 at any point, or was it?
I think it was. It may well have been. The scorer in that game, Paul Glatzel.
I'm still getting over that QPR Millwall penalty shootout. That is well worth picking up on YouTube later on for anyone to watch it, if you can find the highlights. The Millwall keeper saving 4 QPR penalties on the bounce, while Millwall have 2 penalties of their own saved. A real good goalkeeping performance from both keepers. You'd be gutted as the QPR keeper to have put in such a great performance, saving 2 of 4 penalties, and you still don't go through.
Yeah, I mean that's usually a match-winning goalkeeping performance, isn't it? 2 penalty saves.
It is. Rovers nearly conceding a corner. Another attack from Burton in this half, but it's cleared. Bit of head tennis in midfield, and away come Rovers over to, is that? Can't see, it's too small. I'll tell you a minute, but it's flashed over. It's Morishita. Flashed over for Morishita. I've got a lot of time for him. He's a bit of a danger man for us.
So next Saturday we will have another EFL commentary. We don't know which game it is yet. Just kick off next week, isn't it? Is it?
Yeah, Rovers actually play Friday night.
Yeah,
8 p.m. But there'll be bigger games to watch on the Saturday. Let's have a quick look. We're waiting for a goal kick here in the match, so there's not much happening. Bit of treatment for a player who's down. So the fixtures next week. That is, Rovers are actually at Wolves Friday night. Will they get the battering? So championship game at dinner time will be Bolton versus Preston. Now that is an interesting one because that's a tasty local derby. They do not like each other, those two sides. And to start a season off with that is tasty.
Do red cards carry on from EFL Cup games into EFL League games?
I do not believe they do, but that's something we can Google.
Because if so, Preston are going to be without a first choice player, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a different competition, but I know you're saying because it's the EFL. Let's have a. Oh. Okay. A red card dismissal can carry over. But depending on circumstances, which maybe we can look into. I'm actually planning a video on football rules that you didn't know. And I didn't know that, and I'm going to include that. I'll do some proper research on that.
Wasn't that just an awesome segue there I just give you?
It was superb. It was superb. Back to Rovers. They've done absolutely nothing there. Absolutely nothing. So
what would your attitude be if Rovers go out now in the League Cup? Would your attitude be, well, okay, it's less games for us to play so we can concentrate on the other competitions? Or are you that passionate that you want them to win absolutely every game at whatever cost?
I mean, the main thing is performance. Right? I want to see a team performance today that makes me encouraged that we can survive in the Championship. That's the main thing. But a team performance, which means we need to score. You know what I mean? If we went out, I guess what I'm saying is if we get beat, even though we've had a lot of the ball, if we're still struggling to hit the back of the net, that tells me that the same problems exist from last season, especially against the Burton defence. So, no, I would be gutted purely because this is our first team that we've got out here, and the performance would not fill me with hope.
Okay, so for Marcus's sanity, let's pray for a Blackburn goal.
Absolutely. Just having a look around the other grounds. I'm trying to see if I can spot another upset. I can't really. I think I know Burnley are 1-1. You might. It's not really an upset unless they go out on penalties, is it? It's only Blackburn not holding up their end at the minute. Let's have a look what the Blackburn fans are saying on Twitter.
Bradford score 2-0. Bradford, Rochdale.
Rochdale.
Yeah, that's up near you, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I can drive to Rochdale in, I don't know, 20 minutes maybe. It's not far. But in fact, I've been. A few times I was in a band once and we played a wedding at Rochdale Town Hall. And while we were playing the wedding in the town hall, do you remember a band called the Blue Tones?
Yeah.
They were actually doing a gig in the car park or like the grounds of Rochdale Town Hall while we were playing inside.
Is that the gig where you were trying to play Sweet Child of Mine?
No, that was just a pub gig.
Oh.
I was just a random pub gig. Here we have Rovers. Ball on the left-hand side. Again, I'm trying to make this sound interesting, but it's not because they're not doing anything. They're not creating. They've got the lion's share of possession, but that kind of threat that we seem to carry at the end of the first half has just disappeared. I hope something can happen here. Balls in the box, but again, it's so easily swamped out and cleared. And Burton are on the break. This is where they're going to look dangerous. 2-on-2. 3-on-3. He's going to get his shot off. Oh, I don't like this. But Atchison gets the ball back and Rovers can clear.
Okay, we've got another goal. Hang on. That didn't make sense. There's a penalty missed at Newport. Wimbledon. Shaquille Gwengvi, if I'm not butchering his name. And then it's given a goal to Newport. It's a different guy. Yaha Bamba scored for Newport, so it's 1-0 Newport. We've got a goal. Crew are equalised against Accrington. Blackpool are now 2-0 up at Grimsby. Josh Bowler.
Rovers float across. Oh, it's too deep. That is too deep. No one's getting near that at all. Well, I said before that we made one summer signing, February, from Stockport County, and we brought him on, and I don't think he's touched the ball since.
Did you see that story about Mikhail Mudryk apparently forgetting how to play football I think he was driving Uber cars because he couldn't play football for 2 years, could he, for doping?
Oh, right.
And he played a friendly, which I'm sure Clarence would have watched. And by all accounts, he just forgot how to pass, how to dribble. And it even got to where Chelsea was actually dribbling him to stop him from getting the ball.
Oh, brilliant. Well, that looks like the entire Blackburn team at the minute. Although, having said that, oh no. I thought it had broken, but it's not. It's gone for a free kick. Well, we've got 15 minutes left, Rovers. 15 minutes left to score against League One opposition, Burton Albion. That you're making look like an Arsenal defensive masterclass from them. It's depressing.
Clarence just said, yeah, he's playing the same as before his barn sauce. He's remembered how to play football then.
I don't know. Do any of us know why the League Cup is starting before the Championship this season?
I have no idea. And while we're all thinking, we've got a red card at Shrewsbury. Well, it's a Shrewsbury player, Sam Stubbs. Has he played for Blackburn?
He's not. He's not. I'm just looking at bloody hydration break. 15 minutes in. We have to reach a point.
What?
Yeah. Yeah,
they have a hydration break in EFL Cup.
I don't know
in Nottinghamshire.
There's a load of players stood just drinking out of a bottle on the pitch. They're trying to make a substitution. This has got to come to an end. I understand post the pandemic, players are coming back, and there's a lack of fitness, and also other issues that have been caused. We're going to insert this hydration break temporarily to support the return to full fitness, etc. Let's get the game back on the road. Why it's still here, I've no idea. If you were playing somewhere blisteringly hot, and then for safety reasons, you might want to say, right, we're going to have this for safety reasons. But down in Burton, on your typical August, Saturday afternoon, I think these players can handle. I went for a run earlier on. I ran for an hour and a half without stopping. I didn't need a hydration break, and I'm not a professional athlete.
Were you being chased again out of Aldi?
I was. I got away this time.
I think everybody knows during the World Cup, most of them breaks were because there were commercials playing.
Yeah, that it got a bit annoying. It was a money-making thing. Here come Burton again on the left-hand side. As soon as I say that, goes out for a throw to Burton. 13 minutes left. I mean, fair play to them. They defended well.
Yeah, we've just had Lewis Wing miss a penalty for Reading against Bromley.
And what's the score in that game? One apiece. That could be costly.
Yeah, it's one apiece. Obviously, keep an eye on the channel as well. We will be bringing you at some point a in-depth Really good video on the antics at FIFA and a certain Mr. Infantino, amongst others.
Yes, Infantino. My goodness, what an absolute shower. That situation, but we'll leave that for the video. Right. Well, absolutely nothing's happening down at Burton. It's dried up.
Salford have equalised at Shrewsbury. Kyrell Malcolm with a goal.
Well, I said nothing was happening, then Burton nearly scored and won a corner. Again, Aitchen actually with a nice bit of defending, getting in the way of what was a very, very powerful strike. Can Blackburn break from this corner and score? And if they do, will they have the bravado, the hubris to celebrate? I don't know if I'm using hubris correctly there. What does hubris actually mean?
It's the same as that other word that you always got wrong, begin with a H. Can you remember what it was?
Yeah, hyperbole. Hyperbole.
Hyperbole. Okay, Jamal Lewis scored for Sheff Wednesday against Bolton. Sam Allardyce's tears are now free-flowing.
It's another corner to Burton, who are not rushing to take this, letting the clock tick down. They don't seem to be offering much aerial threat, really. I think they are outcompeted in the air by Blackburn.
Cardiff have scored 3-2 to Cardiff now against Swindon. Poor Swindon, they just can't get a break, can they?
No, bless them. Here come Blackburn. Cantwell trying to ball over the top, which is successful. What's going on here? Ping pong in the box, and it's collected by the keeper. That was a cute little ball over from Cantwell. And then Fervier, sorry, on new signing, collected that really well. Some nice control on his chest. Pulls it across the 6-yard box. And that's where the ping pong starts. Until it's collected by the keeper. But that looked dangerous for a second. That was a cute little ball from Cantwell. Well done. Rovers come again on the left. Again, Cantwell is looking like he's in the thick of it. Danger might have passed for a second. Switched over to the right to Aitchison, who tries to play a little through ball. This looks good. Cantwell again across the box, and Rovers have equalised.
Hey,
that was a good move. That was one heck of a move.
Well, you're going to take your shirt off and swing it around above your head. Come on.
I perhaps won't be doing that, but that is that's our man Good Johnson, who has promised to score more goals for Blackburn. He suffered with injury. It was switched to the right to Aitchison, who played a nice little through ball, which actually paid off, to Cantwell, who's chipped it across the edge of the 6-yard box. And Good Johnson has gone in there with a flying header. That was some really nice football. Now, on the balance of play, I think 1-1 is deserved in this game. I don't think we deserve to be in front. I think we've had spells where we've looked much the better, but I also don't think we've done enough. But we are coming again straight away, and it's over on the right-hand side. A little bit more pep, looking to take people on now. A nice little ball in. I thought that was going to go for
a corner. Do you want to correct the scoreboard while you're watching?
Oh, yeah. There we go. Yeah. It's nice running by Ali Biosu. I do like the combination of Ali Biosu and Morishita on the right-hand side. Both are pretty exciting players.
And news of another goal at Luton. For Luton, Shaden Morris makes it 3-0 Luton-Gillingham.
I think there was a shout for a Blackburn penalty there. Ali Biosu, when he had the cross in, I thought there's a shout that could have come off a Burton defender's hand.
They won't be using VAR at this level, will they? Will they?
No, not at all. But yeah, I'm happy with that. I mean, still could very well be penalties, but Burton Albion have just tweeted and about our
Just
equaliser.
tweeted whoops. Whoops.
Well, they've only done 2 tweets. They've replied to their own tweet.
Well, you know.
Anyway, Rovers, I think, seem to want to win this in normal time. Now, the energy levels have picked up. They just don't want to give the ball away and get caught on the break. I don't think they will. I think Burton are settling now for penalties, perhaps. But
I'm just hearing, actually, Burton have just been on the phone to Millwall asking if they can borrow their keeper.
what a performance that was. I encourage anyone to watch that on YouTube. Great goalkeeping performance. Here come Rovers again. Morishita on the left, but no, it's switching over through Forshaw, who gives the ball away. Bloody brilliant. Now it's 2-on-1 with Burton. Can he find the right ball? He can. It's slightly behind the player he wants it to. Still danger, though. The shot comes in, but it's blocked enough. That ball that should have been it was a 2-on-1 situation. They should have just played it in front of the Burton forward, who would have run onto it and had a great shot. But they played it behind him, and that gave the Rovers defenders just enough time to get back and get in the way. But that was Adam Forshaw being muscled off the ball, which isn't like him, to be fair, actually. Maybe he thought he was going to get a free kick. So a little warning.
Barnsley's equalised at Orkwell. It's now Barnsley 1, Wigan 1. And Stoke have now gone 2-0 up at Oldham. Sorry, at Stoke, against Oldham.
Alabiosu running. He's giving the left back for Burton a hell of a time now. Still got the ball, floats the ball in, and you know what? If someone would have read that, through ball, so that little floaty ball correctly, that was a gift of a header. Or it would have been. That would have been very likely 2-1, but nobody made the run for it.
What's the remaining time on your game?
Remaining time, we've got about 4 minutes left.
Do you think there'll be much in the way of stoppage time?
There have been a couple of stoppages. Yeah, I think maybe we'll probably get 5 or 6 minutes. Just looking at the stats for the Burnley game, had nearly 75% possession, 11 shots on. In fact, let's refresh that in case it's 11 shots compared to Notts County's 4. They seem to be on top in terms of the stats. But there's only one stat that counts. Watford and Crawley. Now, Watford. Interesting. Not scored. Guess how many shots? Watford, by the way, haven't. It's 0-0 against Crawley. Guess how many shots, though, Watford have had?
Are we in the sort of mid-30s?
Well, you're not too far off, actually. 28.
Okay.
28 shots Watford have had, which I think is pretty impressive. You know, Burnley have had 11 against Notts County, but Watford have had 28. Right, Rovers, can you win it? 3 minutes to go. The referee decides to get involved. He stops a short pass in midfield. He blows up, and I don't know what he's going to do on the restart. What's he going to do? Bounce ball. Yeah, and it's given back to Blackburn, who try and work something down the left-hand side. But again, they're having a lot of joy when they switch to the right. When you've got Morishita and Alabiosu on the right-hand side, when they're on the left and there's a lot of, a lot of the defense is concentrated over there. Switching it to Alabiosu and Morishita, we've got that little bit of pace, is threatening Burton. And to counter it, I suppose what they need to do is leave men on Morishita, etc. more, but that's going to weaken themselves on the left. This is working well. this switch in the wings. And again, it does into the box again from Alibiosu. And it is cleared, but only as far as that man Aitchison. Back to Alibiosu. This is dangerous, I think now. That's a strike. Is that 2? It is. And you know what? It's the new man, Fervier. That was dangerous, but that is a hell of a strike. He's come alive in the past 6 or 7 minutes. He's got involved. If you just recall, he was brought on not so long ago. He's just smashed one from 20-odd yards. That's a fantastic finish. I'm not going to say we deserve it, but we've got it.
Well, that's just robbed of us a decent penalty shootout. Thanks a lot, new signing.
There'll be more. I mean, okay, he's shown in the time he's been on that he can do it at this level against League One opposition, which he showed for Stockport County for a long time. But can he continue to do this in the Championship for Blackburn Rovers? That is a good start. That's a great finish, actually.
Leighton Orient have gone 2-0 up against Oxford United.
Well, now Blackburn
you're going to knock another goal onto Blackburn for the score.
Oh yeah, I should do that. Hey, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that.
You have one job, mate. Seriously, come on.
If we might have a choice of games for penalty shootouts, but I'm going to go over to Burnley. I think Burnley is, they're a big team. They've just come down. I think that'll be a shock if they go out. Any objections to me going to Burnley if that's staying for penalties?
I don't make, because I know it's going to be a hate watch for you. So you could go from euphoria to mass disappointment all in the spell of about 10 minutes.
Well, we've hit the 90-minute mark here. I haven't seen how much has been flashed up yet. I think I was looking at the other screen. So I'll just check on Twitter how long they're going to...
What is your team composite then? Do you have a lot of height up front, or do you rely on sort of goals from corners?
No, our front players, Mushita, Ahashi, they are the Japanese, and the built slight and small. So we're trying to rely on, if we've got a team that's coming at us playing through balls and running onto through balls, 6 minutes are going to be played. We don't have a lot of height, and we don't have a lot of physicality. So if the through balls aren't working, hence why we don't score a lot of goals. And, we really, really struggle. We need a big target man, really. But that's where Good Johnson said, coming. We got him to score goals. He got injured, and he said he's made a promise. He's like, I'm going to make my contribution this season. So hopefully having him back, it'll be like having a second signing.
Okay, so Luca Moore scored for Crewe, making it 2-1 Crewe against Accrington Stanley.
Burton have obviously woke up to the situation now, and they are pressing, they're throwing everybody forward. It'll be interesting. What are Blackburn going to do? Are they going to, when they get the ball, are they going to take advantage of that and go at Burton for a third? Are they going to try and keep hold of it, run the clock down?
I think they'll just keep recycling balls.
You'd think with the time left, they should be good enough to do that. But they've just conceded a corner to Burton. What a game this would be if Burton got something off this corner. I truly hope they don't, but let's have a look. Last 2 times Blackburn have played Burton were over 10 years ago now. Both ended in draws. So I hope this one doesn't end in a draw. It's whipped in. That's a dangerous looking corner. That was a dangerous looking corner. That was begging just for a touch. But it was a Rovers man who got it. And it's out. But Burton keep possession. It's back to the goalkeeper who stood right on the centre spot. That's how high the press is. In fact, he's about 10 yards into the Rovers half now before he finally launches it into the box. And it is picked up by a Burton player, but he can't control it. And it's clear. I won't say cleared downfield, but a bit of relief is added. but it's still with Burton. They're still running.
Yeah, we've got his first full time. Fleetwood have won against Chesterfield 1-0.
Hopefully we can join them in that second round. Bit of possession for Rovers now, and they seem to be happy to, like you say, be recycling the ball, just passing it around. But we're not Barcelona, you know what I mean? Sometimes it makes you a little bit nervous when your team's doing that.
It's amazing.
It.
It's amazing that of all the Spanish teams you could have named, you went for Barcelona and not Real Madrid.
I think of Barcelona of old. Here we go. Chance to make it 3 and put the game to bed. But no, that was...
Oh dear. Swindon have had a player sent off. James Bayo. Swindon still losing 3-2 at Cardiff.
How are Preston doing?
I can tell you.
While you do, here's Alibioso on the right. This is dangerous, actually. No, it's Fervier. Sorry, that was very dangerous. Didn't mean to interrupt, but that could have been 3.
No, it's okay. Preston's still losing 1-0.
Clock's ticking. We have 2 minutes left of the 6.
Oh, 120 seconds of tension.
And we've got a corner that ball in from Fervier. So it was booted out for a corner, which we are not rushing to take. I think this time they're absolutely going to play the short corner and just try and hold on to it.
Another red card at Bromley. For Bromley, Richard Taylor has been sent off. And full-time Leyton Orient 2, Oxford United 0.
Rovers playing possession football. Still, after this corner, they've done well to hold on to it for so long. Are they going to win another corner? I think they might. No, but it's broken. It's running to the box. Play it across the front. Make it 3. Oh, what a good stop by the keeper. What a good... It looked for all the world as if Rovers were just going to keep it by that corner flag. They were swamped with Burton Albion defenders trying to get the ball. Oh, actually, here come Burton, though. Oh, don't. Right in the box. Don't. They almost did. That's a great save. They pulled it across. But they pulled it across in the box to pretty much a penalty spot. It's been absolutely leathered. And that's a great save from Toth. And Rovers come clear. I forgot what I was saying before, but this is an exciting couple of minutes. There's a man, Morishita, not risking giving it away. It's going to be keep ball. That is a real warning sign. What a great save from Toth, who's probably on his way before the transfer window finishes. Yeah, Rovers are doing actually quite well to keep the ball here. Burton's spent. Are their legs tired? And that whistle. We're at the 96-minute mark now. That whistle should go any time. But this is the chunk of change at the end of the chunk of change. And this is it. Blow your whistle. This should be it. Then we can get over and watch Burnley lose on penalties.
Yeah, Burnley are into the 4th minute of stoppage time. It's still 1-1. And Zayan Fleming just missed with a header. So it could have been heartache again, as well as happiness for you, mate.
Well, that game is over.
Preston have equalised.
Bloody hell, 10-man Preston.
Yeah, 1-1 Huddersfield. Stockport County, Doncaster is going to penalties. Barnsley Wigan is going to penalties.
Well, I'm putting the Burnley game on. Hopefully we get penalties there. I just realised Gary Bowyer is the manager of Burton. I can't believe I didn't pick that up. Gary Bowyer, obviously famous footballing family, but he's also an ex-Blackburn manager.
Bristol Rovers losing 1-0 to Peterborough, so Peterborough are through. And it's full-time at Stoke, 2-0 Stoke Oldham.
Well, here we go. I'm over at Turf Moor now. We are hitting the 95th minute. Here come Burnley. God, it's difficult to see. Are they going to get a late winner? No. It's 55 seconds left of the 6 minutes they were given.
Okay, Cardiff have won at Cardiff against Swindon 3-2. Confirmation of your game. Birmingham have gone through against Swansea 1-0. And Derby have lost 2-1 to Lincoln.
Yeah, I'm not sad to see Derby get beat, I'll be honest. But not that I've got too much against them, but I'm not sad to see it.
Not that much that you mentioned them 3 times and not one time where it positive.
Burnley just had a corner in what must be almost the last kick of the game, and it's completely wasted. It's over everybody's head. Almost out for a throw-in on the other side. In fact, it is out for a throw-in on the other side or a free kick to Notts County.
Wimbledon have scored, equalising against Newport 1-1. So penalties probably there as well.
Well, I think after this Notts County free kick, which is going to be taken by the goalkeeper, I think the referee will blow, and it'll be penalties for Burnley and Notts County as well.
So, have you got your bag of popcorn ready? It is. It is. It's penalties. I've just got it now. Full time, Bradford 2, Rochdale 0. And Grimsby have scored 1 back against Blackpool, making it 2-1. I think it's a little too late for Grimsby.
Well, I'm going to leave that on. So, some good results to summarise Blackburn's performance today. They actually were awful in parts, especially at the beginning. But they didn't look bad in spells. If they could bottle that spell that they had like 15 minutes towards the end of the first half and maybe the last kind of like 20 minutes of the game, if they could bottle that, they might avoid relegation. But to be going to League One Burton, cutting it that close, it's worrying.
It is, yeah. Just to give you some stats on that Burnley-Notts County game, I'm just looking at them now. If Burnley lose this game, it will be an upset. They've had nearly 74% of possession. They've had 12 shots against 6, 4 of which were on target, and they won the majority of the corners, 4 against 3.
Let's see what the Burnley fans are saying on Twitter. Burnley official has posted the ends level. Useless, says one Burnley fan.
So we've got another full-time Crew 2, Accrington 1 is a full-time. Luton Gillingham 3-0 to Luton, and Leicester 1 against Northampton 1-0.
Just looking at Burnley's lineup, and they do seem to me to pretty much be not far off the first team 11 here. Which, it's early days, very early days, but obviously you'd be hoping for more, wouldn't you?
Okay, penalty shootouts in a lot of them coming through. Salford Shrewsbury is also queuing up for penalties. So a lot of penalty shootouts today. Wigan have scored their first penalty against Barnsley.
Just waiting for Burnley and Notts County to start theirs. It looks as though there's a little bit of movement now, so maybe they know which goal.
Can you believe the name of the Wigan scorer in the penalty shootout is Max Power?
Oh, Max Power's played for Wigan for a long time. Yeah, I used to laugh at that. Max Power was what Homer Simpson called himself in an episode once.
Yeah.
I changed my name to Max Power.
Stockport County have missed a penalty against Doncaster. Poor Ben Osborne will be a little bit disappointed with that one. Barnsley have equalised in their shootout. So it's 2-2 at the moment at Oakwell.
Well, over at the Dingle Dome, the players are making their way. The goal
Over where? Over where? You can't say that, mate. Come on.
over, sorry, over at Turf Moor, the goalkeepers are making their way down to the goal. It looks as if it's the away end, the Notts County end, that the penalty is going to be taken in front of. Let's have a little bit of a look.
I think I'll hold on the final scores, and right at the end, if you want to go through all the final scores before we jump off, if you can do that.
We can do that. I think we're seconds away from the first penalty being taken. It's exciting times. You know, if Burnley go out today, and it's not, you know, we are a fairly neutral football channel. Like, Ledge isn't a Blackburn fan. We're not a Blackburn channel, and this isn't going to be all about Blackburn. But if Burnley go out today, I'm going to order pizza and chips tonight to celebrate.
That's the only time his missus lets him have pizza and chips, which obviously saves the money throughout the whole year.
Right, we have we are the Burnley goalkeeper is stood between the sticks, so obviously Notts County are going to be taking the first penalty.
Oh, it's a miss.
Oh, you ahead of me.
It's a miss, saved by the keeper.
Oh, are you watching?
Kind of.
Oh. So, I'm way behind then. Yeah, you're right. It is a miss. Bloody hell. I'm quite significantly behind you. Well, that's disappointing. To be fair, it was a good save, though. It was a good save. That's disappointing. Thing is, though, hold your head up high, because if you take a penalty that forces a good save, then the keeper's done his job. You know, the keeper has a job to do as well as a striker. It's if you take one of these stuttery ones and do something soft, or you blast it wide.
Oh, Burnley has scored. There's that man Fleming again, and he put it to the right, I think.
Let's have a... Yeah, to the keeper's right. The keeper dived the wrong way. It wasn't a great penalty, actually, but it was, you know, keeper dives the wrong way. Oh, bit of afters, though. Bit of what's going on? I've never seen this before. I have never seen that before. Did you see the afters with the goalkeeper?
I didn't. I just had my eye on the other games, to be fair.
The Burnley player that just scored that penalty went and picked up the ball and turned around and walked out the box. But instead of dropping it down near the penalty area, he kept on walking. So the Notts County keeper ran behind him, hugged him.
He's got a yellow card, hasn't
he? Yeah, he got a yellow card. Hug. Imagine if that had him sent off. Yeah, and physically was wrestling with him.
Okay, so Notts County have got theirs. Campbell have scored.
So it's one apiece, but Burnley with a penalty in hand.
Yeah, they have, yeah.
That'll have rattled the keeper for Notts County, that.
I thought you were going to say he walked away with the ball and shoved it up his shirt. Nothing to see here.
I mean, I don't know what the keeper, because it's not as if it's time wasting. All the free kicks are there to be taken. I don't understand why the keeper reacted like that. It's not as if the referee was going to just let him walk out the ground with the ball and that'd be the end of the game. Oh, and Burnley come with the second. It's a stuttery one, but keeper went the wrong way.
Right, yeah, to his right again.
See, that's the kind of penalty that if the keeper does save it, you feel a bit daft. In my humble opinion.
Oh, another... No, I'll not spoil it. I'll let you do it.
I think I know the tone of your voice. I think I know what might have happened. Oh, I know that feel of dread. Oh, he scored. He scored. So I don't know how far ahead of me you are, like how many penalties you've seen, but where I'm stood now, it's 2 apiece, but Burnley have a penalty in hand, which they are looking to take now. Oh, I mean, the main thing is performance. You know, what will Burnley take away from this performance? Have dominated, but they've lacked that cutting edge, it would seem.
Oh, you might be in for some drama.
Here comes Burnley's penalty in hand, and that's a great penalty, actually. Flies into the top corner. So 3-2 with 3-2 to Burnley with 2 penalties left each. A lot of pressure now at this point. It'd be a great scalp. You know, it would have been a great scalp for Notts County had they managed to hold on and win this game. But you know what? That is a brilliant penalty from Notts County. He sent that in like an absolute rocket. Absolutely leathered that. That's how they should be taken. But Burnley have still got to miss one. Sideshow Bob steps up.
Who's Sideshow Bob?
He's in The Simpsons. If you Google him.
Well, I know who he is, but which player are you saying this?
I don't know who this Burnley forward is. I don't know who he is, but or this Burnley player, sorry, but he just looks like Sideshow Bob. Two penalties for Burnley left, including this. Score both and they're through to the next round. That's all they need to do. But that one's saved. So that levels things up. That is a good save. It wasn't a bad penalty.
Showed a little bit of drama again.
Unlucky, Bob.
On a knife edge.
It is. It's all square. But normally, you know, when I watch these penalty shootouts, normally what happens when you get to this point is the team that's just got back in it will then go on to miss their next penalty. But here is that next penalty. Notts County to take the lead in the penalty shootout for the first time. Can they do it? No, just like I said. Just like I said. Saved. Just like I said.
Ooh.
And it was a good save, actually. The keeper's gone down to his left, and the ball, you know, as he's gone down to stretch to his left, the ball's actually going above him, and he's managed to, you know, readjust his arm to get it up there, to claw it out from above him just in time. It's a very good save for that reason. And Burnley with this penalty to win it. Of course, Blackburn didn't need penalties. We, you know, just went into the job stress-free.
Yeah. Just an update on the Barnes game. They are 6-6 in the penalty shootout.
Wow. Well, Burnley going through. You'd think so. Just have to score this one penalty to do it. And yeah, Burnley are through. That's that. Right. My phone goes off. And
just need to watch the full times now, and we can finish up with the final scores, and then we can go. I would say we could go home, but we're already locked up here in our basement.
Wimbledon, Newport County. That 4 apiece, that one. On penalties.
Barnsley have won theirs penalties. Preston have won Huddersfield 4-3. Oh, what a story. 10-man Preston.
Is that over?
Yeah, that one's gone. Looking through some of the other ones. Wimbledon have won theirs 5-4 against Newport. Doncaster's won against Stockport County.
The Wimbledon Newport County penalty shootout looks good. 5-4. Still going Newport to go next.
So Bromley Reading are at it as well in penalty board. They're level, I think, at the moment.
Oof. So Wimbledon have won on penalties. Newport couldn't score their 5th consecutive one, so they're gone. I think. What games are still playing?
Quite a few.
It looks like I've got all full times on my. Oh no, Salford and Shrewsbury. Yeah. Wow.
I'm showing. Oh no, it's okay. Full time. There are 3 late kickoffs as well, which Cheltenham, Charlton, Colchester, Southampton could have been a good game. Rotherham against West Brom. They're all 5:30 kickoffs. Bromley Reading is still at it. Salford Shrewsbury, who both had a man sent off in that game, by the way.
Yeah. Just been another penalty save there. I wonder how many penalties have had there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they both missed a penalty.
Mm-hmm.
So out of all those games today, are there any results that stand out as maybe a potential shock or something that's impressed you?
Yeah, Blackburn won, mate.
Well, that was a shock. I mean, I said at the beginning I was under the impression that we were going to be there for the taking, and we almost were. But West Ham found the back of the net enough times, didn't they?
They did, yeah. I would say I'm just looking at what results we've got at the moment, and to be fair, on balance, apart from the Preston one, again playing with 10 men for most of the second half, equalising and then beating Huddersfield on penalties, I think it's going to be a standout performance for me.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, sadly, but if we can, I mean, I don't know if, what channel it's going to be on. I assume it will be on Sky Sports, but that Preston Bolton game will be fireworks next week. It's a local derby full of hatred, that one. So be good to watch. Not quite as bad as Blackburn Burnley, but it's a real fiery derby. And I'd like to see Bolton win that. But we shall see. So it's Bromley.
Reading, I think, as I've got it, I think they're just edging it 6-5, aren't they?
Wow.
Do you think, with the amount of goals or penalties and things, do you think it's just because the quality is less for the defenders, or
just sorry, just say that again? What do you mean?
Do you think with all the goals in the, I mean, some of these shootouts have gone past the standard 5. I mean, yeah, we do see it. We do see it in Premier League and sort of world football. But do you think there's a notable drop in quality, or do you think there's an argument that says that a penalty shootout is a level playing field at whatever level it is?
I think I think for the top divisions, I honestly do think it's a level playing field. Perhaps not when it comes to the goalkeeper, but I think for the strikers, it's more about mentality. How confident you are in where you're going to put the ball, and rather, you're not changing your mind last minute. I think it's more about mental strength because all those top division players have got the ability to whack that ball, with some power, haven't they? I think the rest of it is, and they can all hit a target from 12 yards. So I think a lot of it's mental.
Apparently, Tielemans is about to make his United debut. Tielemans was signed, and apparently by some Manchester United fans, he was a third choice transfer purchase.
I think that's it. All the games are done.
Right. Do you fancy whizzing through all the results? Or
okay, so dinner time this afternoon. Cambridge United 2, Barnet 1. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Millwall 1. That finished on penalties. Millwall won 2-0 in the best penalty shootout I've ever seen. So if you get a chance to watch the highlights of that on YouTube later on, do it. AFC Wimbledon 1, Newport County 1. But AFC Wimbledon winning 5-4 on penalties. Barnsley 1, Wigan Athletic 1. But I'd put this down as a little bit of a shock. Barnsley winning 6-5 on penalties. Bradford beat Rochdale 2-0. Bristol Rovers lost to Peterborough United 1-0. Bromley and Reading was 1 apiece. Reading winning 5-4 on penalties. Almost an upset at Turf Moor, where Burnley won 4-3 on penalties after going behind and levelling to finish the game at 1-1. Blackburn Rovers put in a masterclass of mediocrity at Burton Albion to win 2-1. Cardiff City 3, Swindon Town 2. Crewe Alexandra 2, Accrington Stanley 1. Derby County 1, Lincoln City 2. Lincoln City, of course, went 2-0 up in that game. Derby County pulled one back, but couldn't quite find the equaliser. Fleetwood Town 1, Chesterfield 0. Gillingham thumped at home by Luton Town 3-0. That's a good confidence builder for Luton, actually, who'll be looking to bounce back to the Championship this year. So close to the playoffs, weren't they, last year? I think they just 1 point they missed. Yeah. Blackpool won at Grimsby Town 3-1. Leicester City picked up a win against Northampton Town 1-0. Leyton Orient 2, Oxford 0. Norwich, standout goal scorers of the day, 4-1 victors at home over MK Dons. Preston pulled it out the hat. They won on penalties 4-3 after being down to 10 men for a very long time. In fact, for nearly 70 minutes plus injury time, and 1-0 down as well. But they equalised and won on penalties. Great day for them. Salford City 1, Shrewsbury 1, and Salford win on penalties in that game. Something's happened to my screen. Give me 1 second. Stockport County 1, Doncaster Rovers 1, but Doncaster win 5-4 on penalties. Sheffield Wednesday beat Bolton Wanderers 1-0. Stoke beat Oldham Athletic 2-0. Swansea went down at home to Birmingham City 1-0. Watford starting the season with a win 1-0 over Crawley. And West Ham, after going 1-0 down at home to Portsmouth, ran out comfortable 3-1 winners. Game starting in about 10 minutes. West Brom will play Rotherham United, and Southampton are at Colchester. And keep an eye on Southampton. They were obviously storming away. At the end of the Championship last season, they were the informed team in the entire division, smashed it into the playoff places, were the best team by far in the league in the division. I mean, they gave Arsenal a really good time in the cup, didn't they? I know Arsenal beat them, but they gave Arsenal a really tough time, didn't they?
They did, and were they the team? Were they the Spires or were they the Spies last year?
They were the Spires. Yeah, they were thrown out of the playoffs, but I think that team would have gone on, to perhaps win it. And obviously Charlton and Cheltenham play later on, but they are today's games and results.
Yeah, so that is actually the end of this edition of Saturday Live, which has been a Carabao Cup edition, sponsored by Blackburn Rovers and our good friend Marcus here. We will be back next week with another live game, and we'll be keeping our beady eye on the fixtures at the start of the EFL. In the meantime, keep an eye out for a Discord, which I'm now going to basically throw onto Marcus's shoulders. He's a bit of a Discord server wizard.
Really not.
And I'll try and keep our Twitter up to date. You can scan the QR code in the bottom left of your screen, which will take you to our Twitter page, or X page it is now. I'll always call it Twitter, by the way, and you can follow us there. So I'll just say thanks for everybody who's watched. Thanks for people who've contributed in chat. And just to reiterate what Marcus has said, if you are a football vlogger and you have a channel, or if you don't have a channel and you support passionately your local team and want to come on and share your views and opinions, just drop us a line on X.
Sounds great. Until next week.
We'll see you later.
See you later.